Hello, everyone. My name is Bilal Tazi. I am a cybersecurity intern at TLT, Tomorrow's Leaders Today, for the fall 2024 semester. Today, we are going to be talking about a very important topic, online scams. Now, although this is within cybersecurity and it may be a specific field, this is something that all of us need to know, whether we are in cybersecurity or even within the technology field. We should know this if we have any device at home or if we have access to the internet. And this is going to help us know the importance of this topic, the threats and risks that come with scams, and how to protect ourselves from it. So let's get right into it. In today's digital world, online scams have affected millions of individuals and businesses all over the world. That means that even maybe one of us or some of us, maybe we've experienced this, maybe we got a text message or an email that seemed a little suspicious. For example, if somebody's saying, give me your credit card information, or I will charge you $1 million. This is most likely a scam. Now, although that may be very obvious and you should never give your personal details to anyone, especially password and credit card information, unless it's obviously through a bank. Although this is easy to figure out, most of the time, or some of the time at least, it's very tricky to figure out whether it's an actual scam or not. Now, why is that? And it has become a very significant problem. So the reason why it's so effective towards millions of people, the scam, right? The scams that are going around, it is due to the popularity of the digital world and its usage. Everybody uses it. Almost everyone uses it. Scammers have created complex strategies to exploit people and their business by tricking the people in providing sensitive information. Right there. People are very used to using the digital world, and they may not have that understanding that there's also threats and risks within it. They use it by complex strategies, and this is very, very important to understand. They will use social engineering. They will use different tactics, locations, timings. They know that if you receive an email at 2 or 3 a.m., then that does look a little off. So they will maybe do it during the workday or during hours that people might expect to see important emails. And the worst part is that they trick people in providing sensitive information. People many times have accidentally provided their password or even their credit confirmation to false websites when they think they're maybe ordering something or exchanging currency or putting information to an account. Sometimes they'll even say, we will not charge you anything, but they still ask for credit information. That is very suspicious. That is very suspicious. So moving forward, what are some types of online scams? We've mentioned a few, but let's go a little deeper into it. Online scams have various forms. Each of them are designed to exploit trust, curiosity, or urgency of the matter. Here are a few types. So they exploit trust. For example, they will say that we are the official XYZ and we know that you've been a customer with us for this many years, and they'll put that trust factor that we know what we're doing. Or curiosity. For example, would you like to win this many? Or why don't you check out the newest thing? And you'll click a link, and that link may not be very safe. Or urgency. You have 24 hours to provide us with this, otherwise your data and your laptop and this and that and your insurance and all this will go expire or will be taken away or will be in risk. So they will use urgency. Or this coupon is available for the next 20 minutes. All you have to do is create an account and provide your credit confirmation. Well, why are they giving you credit? Why are they taking your credit confirmation if you haven't even ordered anything yet? The first type is a phishing scam. What is a phishing scam? Phishing involves scammers pretending to be legitimate entities, often through emails, text, or fake websites. And it's in the name. They take a giant net and they throw it on a bunch of people. And they hope that some people will be caught in it. They email out a bunch of emails, a bunch of texts, and they know most people will not reply or will not even do anything about it. But they know some people might actually do something about it. They might actually click the link. Fake websites. They will spoof a website or a DNS address. They will basically take a website. There's many ways. Either they will actually hack that website and they will be in control of it. Or what's easier sometimes is that they will simply create another website that looks and is almost almost identical to the legitimate website, except that maybe a letter or two will be different. For example, instead of Walmart.com, they will maybe put two L's, WALL, Mart.com. For example, not saying this is a website or not, but sometimes very hard to notice these things. And if you accidentally enter it, they may be able to do that. A lot of times companies, what they do is they actually buy out all of those similar names so that people don't accidentally do that. But the point is sometimes they will have that ability to create similar names, or they'll have a website that you may not even look at the URL. It may just a really long random letters, but then the website itself has the same color, theme, shape, buttons as a normal website that you trust. So moving forward, we've got tech support scams. These scams often appear as a pop-up or an unsolicited call claiming there's an issue to your computer that requires immediate action. For example, you get a call and the guy says, "Hello, how are you? I'm calling as part of this blah, blah, blah company, and we are calling because your laptop has had some network issues and it's creating some issues with our network. Can we please have a look at your laptop and hopefully we can get this quickly done?" So they'll put that, urgency, right? They got trust and curiosity all playing here. Because you're wondering what it is. And they're building trust because they're telling you they know what they're doing with the company name that they made up. And they're doing urgency, like, hey, can you do it now? Or can you do it soon because we need it to be fixed? Number 3, we have a lottery or prize scams. These scams claim that you have won a lottery or prize, but to collect your winnings, you must pay a fee or provide personal information. This is a big, big scam. If you win something, you never have to pay for it. If something is free, you don't have to pay for it. Fake online shopping websites. Now, for example, scammers will create a fake e-commerce site with unbelievable deals to lure buyers. Buy one, get 50 free. Now that seems a little too good, especially if it's a laptop, right? So you will have to watch out for those scams. Moving forward, recognizing red flags of online scams. What's that red flag that shows up that you can use to say, okay, this is something that maybe I want to indulge into? Understanding and recognizing the warning signs, keyword warning, it should alert you. Online scams can help you avoid falling victim. Here are some common red flags to watch for. Unsolicited communication. Unsolicited communication. It's communication that is very direct and often will contain typos. Urgent language, now, within 20 minutes, 3 days left. Do it now or you'll forget or you'll regret it. No time left or deadline, right? Request for sensitive information. All you have to do is give us your password and we'll fix everything for you. Suspicious links or attachments. Just click this link that's only, 200 letters long, and who knows where it leads you. Just click it and, we will give you $10,000, right? That's how lucky we are. That's how lucky everyone is, right? We all get these, so we're all super lucky. Request for upfront payments. Pay us this much or your car insurance will be invalid. And this is something that happens in the mail as well. People will say, you have this, payment due. In 3 days, it will become 3 times the price, the cost. And you're like, oh, I have to do it. They will use these. Unsolicited communication. In today's world of online fraud, Unwanted contact is a severe warning usually initiated by scammers to exploit a person's trust in well-known corporations or brand by impersonating as an employee or other members of the trusted firms to trick a person into giving their information to the scammers to be misused due to the lack of familiarity of the rules and regulations of a company's procedure to handle or contact their clients. For example, a well-known online retailer may send an email stating a problem with a recent transaction and asking the receiver to click a link to confirm payment details. This is very suspicious. Another example, someone posing as a government representative may contact and say there are unsolved tax difficulties. These exchanges frequently involve a feeling of urgency and the need for personal data, including passwords, payment information, or even social security numbers. And that's the most dangerous one because that's identity theft on the legal level. So we don't want that. Urgent language. They will urge you, they will say it's really deadline, and they will put linguistic techniques to make you fall into it. Common strategy scammers employ to coerce victims into acting rashly is to instill a sense of urgency and dread. By stressing the necessity of immediate action, scammers hope to overcome the victim's innate reluctance and compel prompt reactions. Phrases like act now, see the exclamation mark? It seems urgent. It creates that anxiety in somebody or that stress, or immediate action required are used in messages to evoke a sense of urgency that overcomes reason. So your brain almost turns off, right? In a metaphorical way. Like you think it's urgent, so someone may say, okay, let me do it now, because you're worried that if you put it off till tomorrow or later, it's gonna be more detrimental. Because urgency tactics use a fundamental human reaction to dangers and emergencies, they may have a solid psychological impact by giving the impression that any delay could worsen the situation. Many individuals emphasize reacting quickly rather than thoroughly analyzing the matter when faced with such a predicament, which is precisely the behavior scammers seek. So we see here that they will use urgency because they want to use your fear in their advantage. Psychological impact. Social engineering. Request for sensitive information. Scammers usually try to get personal information by impersonating trustworthy businesses in the hopes that people relax when they think they are dealing with a reliable organization. These scammers use techniques meant to look legitimate, such as forging email addresses or caller IDs, or making phony websites that closely resemble the actual ones. This is what we talked about earlier. They frequently assert that the data is urgently required to address a fictitious problem, such as a blocked account or a security attack. So they will play the good guy card. They will say, we are trying to solve something. Can you help us? So now there's urgency and you feel like you have to help. When combined with reputable brand names, this strategy can fool people into complying and revealing confidential information that they would otherwise keep private. Don't tell people your passwords, but they will try their best to get the password. Once scammers have these facts, they can use them to commit financial fraud, identity theft, or even illegal access to private internet accounts, resulting in severe economic loss and privacy issues. They might hack into your bank account. In fact, they don't have to hack into it. They just have to log in as you because you may have given them accidentally or without knowing that they were not supposed to be having your password. And a general rule of thumb that we should all keep is to never give our passwords unless in rare situations where there's a trusted, verified party that we know what we're doing with. But generally, do not ever give your password, and nobody should ask for it. Not especially, but nobody, except maybe if they are helping you fix something and they're legitimate and verified. But generally speaking, it doesn't matter how high they are. It doesn't matter your boss, your manager, or if it's your friend, they should not be asking for your password. And it's not just about not trusting them. Maybe you love and trust your friend, but if that friend gets hacked, then that means you are also hacked because they have your information. Suspicious links or attachment. This is a very good example. Scammers send suspicious emails having links or attachments which are not legit but look like ones. Once the victim clicks the unknown link, there's an extremely high chance for the leak of personal and financial data of a person, which can be used by the bad actors for their benefit and leaves the victim in despair. So they take your money and you can't do anything about it because you don't know where they are. You can try to file a report, but most likely it's gone. So for example, they will send this third attempt, old 2022 payment. You still have it there. A special relief payment for 2022 may be still owed to you. Wow. So they're putting curiosity, urgency, and trust. Since this is our third attempt to reach out to you, click ahead right away to see just how much you have coming your way and claim your payment. Look at that. And then you click it, and they may get into your network or get your details, or you yourself may just give them it accidentally, which we don't want to do. Requests for upfront payments. This is also very dangerous. Scammers imposing as legitimate company providers ask for a fee in advance to complete the request provided by the customer, or else they will not be able to provide the service asked. Due to psychological manipulation done by the scammers, the victim usually pays the fees, but the service is still not provided, and the customers are unable to contact that person anymore. So they do what they have to do to get the money. Once they got the money, they attacked you, they hurt you, they harmed you, they're out. Because that's all they were there for. Real life examples. An online pet scam. Danny Shelton's family always had dogs, but unfortunately lost their pets to cancer and they were crushed because of the loss. One day, Shelton decided to surprise his wife with a new pet dog, so he searched and found the perfect match. He placed a quick call to order and closed the deal. Shelton received a call to pay $700 to let the dog fly out of the airport. Shelton paid the fees and received confirmation for it, but soon another call was made to pay $500 to release the dog. Danny realized that he had been defrauded. There was no dog sent to him. So this is a very important lesson that no one should be calling for payments. If you have a verified website or an individual that there's a process with, and it should not just be random calls and with prices that are not even explainable. So what should you do if you have been scammed? Despite all precautions, it is still possible to be scammed. If this happens, here is what you should do. Stop all communication with the scammer. Do not ignite the fire. Do not further ignite it. If you realize you're being scammed, cease all communication at once. Scammers may try to manipulate you further once they know you are suspicious. Especially if you are easy to talk to and you're not firm, then they will continue pushing that because they know they can have that authority over you. And they know they can have that pressure over you. Contact your bank or credit card provider. Contact them, tell them to close my account, stop any transactions, change the PIN, change the credit card number, refund this amount, stop this amount. Usually some banks have pending timings. So that can help too, where they can stop that transaction from fully processing. If you provide financial information or suspect fraudulent charges, contact your financial institute as soon as possible. They may help prevent further losses and advise on the next steps. Number 3, report the incident. Report the scam to the relevant authorities, such as the FTC, FBI, or local law enforcement. This helps build a case against scammers and may prevent others from being targeted. Because if they look into it and they stop the scammers, then they will stop, and hopefully all their crimes and money stolen hopefully will be refunded. If not, at least they will stop from attacking more individuals. Monitor your accounts for unusual activity. If you see a $900 charge on your account and you have not bought anything for the past 3 weeks, maybe just a burger, for example. A burger is not $900. So that's kind of suspicious. What's going on? Always check things that may be more obvious. Let's say someone is using your card, a trusted individual, then you know, okay, maybe in them, but still check. Still check. Keep a close watch on your financial accounts and credit reports to catch any signs of identity theft. If needed, consider setting up fraud alerts or even a credit freeze. In conclusion, even though internet frauds are complex, people can prevent becoming a victim by recognizing the red flags or warning signs. Awareness and vigilance are key to protecting yourself from online scams. Remember, if something does not feel right, trust your instincts, pause, verify, and protect yourself. And sometimes it may not even feel not right. Sometimes you will have to do a little extra digging, especially if it looks very, very upfront. For example, there was a case where a manager, a high up manager, I believe this even close to the CEO, requested a check for $25,000 from the treasurer. And it was all legit and it was professional. So the treasurer started preparing the check. And then the treasurer said, let me just double check with him before before we deposit this check. She went to his office. She said, here's a check you asked for. He said, what check? $25,000? I did not ask for $25,000. Where did this come from? And they double checked, and the email had a double letter in the email address of the boss. So someone else had created the exact same email, but added 2 letters somewhere where it was unrecognizable except with a close look. So even if it does feel right, verify. And here are our references. Thank you for listening to our presentation, and I hope this will help us and you and everyone, and you can tell people about it, and you can help yourself, hopefully, by using this knowledge to prevent yourself from falling into these scams. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.